What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today with another super long overdue review. So today's video, I'll be talking about the YCMC collaboration with New Balance on this 990 V3 in the Nimbus Cloud colorway. Today's video is sponsored by who else? The good people from Heffelux. Heffelux is my all-time favorite sneaker insoles, and they sell ETPU insoles, which really is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box. You'll see they sell a variety of different insoles, so depending on the type of insole density and the cushioning setup you're looking for, you're going to find there's a suitable pair for anyone. So I've been a paying customer of Heffelux for years now, and I personally find them to be extremely comfortable. So if you guys want to check them out and try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code BOO, that's BOO at checkout, to get 33% off your entire purchase. So this is the latest joint project between retailer YCMC and New Balance. Releasing way back on August 25th, this is a pair that I actually grabbed for retail, but I shipped it over to a homie in the US, and it wasn't until earlier last week that I finally got these in hand. So this pair retailed for a price of $195 US, which is the equivalent to roughly 260 Canadian dollars. And the colorway for this shoe is Nimbus Cloud, Cool Gray, and Marblehead. And the style code is M990SC3. So when these dropped back in August of this year, the first thing many people were saying was that it's very similar to the Teddy Santis Sea Salt colorway of the same V3 silhouette. And I definitely see what people are saying. At first glance, they do have a lot of similarities, but when you take a closer look at them, I'd say that the Teddy Santis pair has much more of a casual dad shoe vibe to it, whereas this one is much more luxurious and it feels more elevated. But of course, both pairs are made in the USA. So taking a deep dive into the details of this shoe, the base layer of the shoe on the toe box, this is covered in this mesh material in this cool gray color. Right above this in the center, we have this reflective 3M panel, and then overlaid on either side of the toe box, we have this Marblehead colored nubuck. In real life, this is like a muted grayish brown tone, and this nubuck feels very soft and very high quality. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have a Nimbus Cloud colored pig suede, which is basically a really light gray. And this suede also feels super soft and super buttery to the touch, and I was very happy with the quality. Moving downwards, we have that same gray mesh that covers the quarter panel of the shoe, and then the top two eyelets are constructed in this TPU material in a darker gray colored tone. Stitched on top of the mid panel, we have the New Balance N logo, which is as usual done in this reflective 3M material in this medium gray and white colored combination. Moving downwards, we have a combination of suede, dark gray nubuck, along with that mesh material that we saw earlier on the toe box. And then surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have more suede, and we have 990 branding, but instead of just being pasted on or stamped on, this is actually embroidered on the lateral side. In the middle, right above this, we have this perforated dark gray nubuck with the New Balance logo done in this rounded square fashion, and then the top of the heel is covered in a dark gray reflective 3M panel. We have these perforations on either side, and Made in USA branding found in the center. Beneath this on the heel, we have this TPU heel clip with New Balance branding, and this helps to give you additional structure and support for the back end of the sneaker. And then as we turn our attention back to the front, so in terms of laces, these actually come with 4 different lace options. My personal favorite were these beige tan colored laces, but they also give you a white colored lace and 2 different tones of gray laces as well. Underneath this, the tongue is primarily constructed out of that cool gray mesh, but we have this nubuck overlay on the very top, and it's done in this smooth finish instead of that typical waffle style that the 990 V3 is known for. And debossed across it, we have New Balance and USA branding. The back of the tongue and the inner liner of this shoe is lined in this very soft white colored textile. And then as for the insoles, these come with their standard foam lined insole. It's lined in a gray colored textile on top, and we have New Balance 990 V3 branding stamped on the heel. So the upper of these 990 V3s sits atop this full-length absorbed foam midsole, which is painted in white on the forefoot and the heel, and in addition it also incorporates an end cap wedge, which is a dual density foam setup consisting of a softer EVA core surrounded by a stiffer polyurethane rim, which gives you a good balance of softness and support. And the end cap here is painted in this cream color. Finally, turning this pair over to the bottom, so the outsole here is just your standard 990 V3 outsole. This is constructed in this gray colored rubber. We have this diamond shaped traction pattern on the forefoot, along with these 3 horizontal grooves to give you added flexibility. And in the middle, we have a carbon fiber shank plate, which helps with torsional rigidity and midfoot support. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these Nimbus Cloud 990 V3s. And for those wondering about sizing, to me these fit like most of my other 990 V3s, so I personally prefer to go a half size down to a size 9.5. So my feet measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I go with a 9.5 in New Balance silhouettes like the 990 V3, V4, V5, the 992 and 993, and some of my 550s as well. And in comparison, I stick true to size or a size 10 in other New Balance silhouettes like the 990 V2, the 997, because I find that those two models have a bit more of a narrow toe box for my wider feet. And also other New Balance silhouettes like the 2002R, and a lot of the made in UK models like the 991, the 1500, and the 1530. But whatever size you normally wear for the 990 V3, I'd stick with that same size for this pair because they fit me exactly the same. Moving on to the topic of comfort, so this shoe, just like all my other 990 V3 reviews, I find to be extremely comfortable. The thing I love most about this silhouette, and I sound like a broken record because I say this in every 990 V3 review, but I'm just being honest, I love how well balanced it feels. It has some level of squishiness and step-in comfort straight out of the box, but with the inclusion of end cap, it makes sure that it's not going to be an overly soft and mushy shoe, and it gives you a ton of support on the back end of the sneaker. So this is one of those silhouettes that I would choose if I'm walking for long distances, or if I'm going on vacation, for example, or if I'm just going to be standing for many hours within a day. Finally, in terms of the overall quality and the craftsmanship, so quality-wise, I was very pleased. I thought that the suedes and the nubucks felt like they were very high quality to the touch. You run your fingers across it, it has a super soft, very buttery feel to it, and it doesn't feel scratchy or synthetic at all. But I gotta say, in terms of the craftsmanship, it was a little bit disappointing, specifically because there was a ton of glue stains around this midsole and outsole area. So when I opened the box and took these out, I was literally pulling strings of glue off this midsole, and it almost seemed like it was not stopping. But other than that, I'd say that the overall craftsmanship wasn't bad. There were some extra long threads that I had to trim off myself, but the panels seemed consistent and the overall dimensions of the shoe were on point, so I'd say that it wasn't perfect, but the flaws that they did have weren't deal breakers, and I'd probably just chalk this up to getting a bad pair from the factory. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet and I'll show you guys how these look. Like I mentioned in the very beginning, this shoe has a much more of a classier feel compared to the Sea Salt Teddy Santis 990 V3s. I like how they incorporated more premium materials with the suedes and the nubucks, and even though color-wise they seem kind of similar, this is one of those pairs that when you get them in hand, you really understand what I'm saying when I mean it's premium. And also I like how I swapped the laces to include this tan colored lace instead of the standard white, and I think it really elevates the shoe, leaning into the whole classy aesthetic and vibe that the shoe already has. So I think because of that, both this one and the Sea Salts can coexist in my collection, but let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of this pair. I know these dropped back a couple months ago, so it's been a while, but for anyone watching, did you also pick up a pair of these YCMCs? Did you take an L, or did you just pass on them altogether? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at sgo8, check out my Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you guys so much for watching, appreciate your continued love and support on this channel, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.